Well, first, Jeremy, what's spring been like so far for you and the running backs group?
It's been good. We've been competing every day.
What's a lot of people wondering about those guys kind of behind you because you're kind of the workhorse. How have those other guys kind of been progressing?
They've been doing good. They've been stepping up and showing a lot of progress this spring.
How much are they, are they kind of inspired to kind of step up and help? And obviously you're a guy who's going to get a fair amount of work, but also they've seen in games when you're not able to play, they're needed.
Yeah, like I said, we're just competing every day, and when it's their chance to be on the field, they do what they have to do.
You feel confident in those guys, whether it's Corey or Devin or whoever? I mean, that if you do need a blow here and there, that those guys can come in and get it done?
Yeah, whoever comes in will get the job done.
What's the goal for the group? Obviously, you guys do lose Kelsey last year, but I mean, and Jack. But I mean, with you back, I mean, what's kind of the goal for you in this group this year?
We just want to continue off of last year and just get better.
Coach Marks was saying he's focusing on kind of stripping it down and going back to the fundamentals mentally and learning what safeties are doing and that kind of stuff. How's that going for you guys?
Yeah, we're actually learning the game now, and we just want to look where the safeties are, pre-snap, and what fronts they're running, and just being smarter football players.
Was that needed? I mean, are you learning a lot of stuff that you guys didn't know, and do you think it's going to help?
Yeah, it'll help. Just being able to determine where the guys are going to be when the ball is snapped and be able to adjust off of that.
Everybody talks about football being a physical game and all that kind of stuff, but how much of it is the mental side and knowing ahead of time what's going to be happening and stuff?
It's definitely more mental than physical.
Jeremy, last year you came in heavier and bigger than you were the year before. Are you coming in about the same size this year, and how did the extra size help you?
I'll probably come in between 212 and 215 first game, and exercise will help.
How do you kind of pace yourself? Obviously, the big workload last year. I know it's just spring now, but how do you keep working with your body and making sure that you're staying good and ready for another physical, 300 touch season?
Just staying in the training room and icing and just staying in the training room.
What was last year like for you? Obviously, taking over at number one and getting that many carries, and I don't know if you expected to come in and have that big of a role, but scoring all those touchdowns and yards and the physical toll you took, what was it like being the main guy last year?
We prepared for it in the off season, so it wasn't too big of a deal.
Are you ready to do that a second year in a row?
Yeah.
I mean, do you say maybe a fewer carries or something like that, or are you like, hey, if it's the same, that's fine with me?
I mean, it's really no number. It's just however the game's going to flow.
You obviously had the concussion, and I know you're a physical guy that doesn't like to go down. You took a lot of vicious hits. I mean, at times, do you need to kind of be aware of that out there and maybe try to limit some of the just heavy helmet-to-helmet type hits and maybe protect yourself at times?
Yeah, just being smarter when taking on those hits this year.
Is that just your mentality, though? You don't like to go down, and you're going to try to barrel the guy over, and sometimes those just happen?
Yeah. I'm a physical runner, so sometimes it happens, but I just got to be smart.
Is that a focus for you? This spring or this summer, just trying to limit those, and is that a conscious effort, or is that something that you've always tried to work on?
I mean, it's just being a smarter football player and just knowing where those guys are going to be and how they're going to tackle.
For you personally, Jeremy, where do you want to improve, take your game to the next level?
Just in the film room, I want to be a smarter player and just know pre-snap where the defenders are going to be and where they're going to end up.
You had something like 26 touchdowns last year. Do you do anything to kind of commemorate them? Do you keep the ball that you score with or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So, when you score, you bow down. Is there, someone, is that, or, anything behind that?
Yeah, I got hands printed, tattooed on my chest, so just representation of that.
What do the hands symbolize?
Just praying to God.
You set any individual goals? You had a huge season last year. You set any benchmarks where you want to hit this year?
No. I mean, whatever happens. The game of the flow of the game.
You look at Brett coming back and Spurbeck and you and most of the line. How excited are you for this offense and what you guys can do this year?
Very excited. We got more confidence and experience going into this year.
You've been working at kick returner a little bit. I mean, I know you guys haven't done a ton of special teams, but have you been doing that? And is that something you'd be interested in kind of continuing doing?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it since my freshman year, so just why not keep doing it?
Do you feel like you guys want to make bigger strides in that area this year? And how awesome would it be to get a touchdown, because it's been a little while here?
Yeah, with just everybody. I mean, with the returners, just believing in the guys, the 10 other guys, and just hitting it and scoring.